My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
But this video is about to be like the greatest game ever. CD Projekt Red, man, I tell you. Y'all something else.
The next day.
Bro, what happened, CD Projekt Red? I thought this game was gonna be great. And instead we got an N64 game.
Oh, this is gonna be grand. This is gonna be grand. Okay. Man, where do I even begin with this game, bro? Cyberpunk 2077. The game that all you suckers was hyping up. I'm sitting here still trying to find why people are so hyped for this game. Like this is supposed to be, you know, game of the freaking generation. Suckers has been, you know, hyping up this game for years, saying CD Projekt Red about to strike gold again. This about to be another Witcher 3, all that stuff, all that. The fact that CD Projekt Red somehow just catapulted to like the top list of, you know, best developers in the game off of one title. Like, what am I not seeing? That's what I was asking, you know, prior to this game's release. And here we are. Here it is. Cyberpunk. It's out now. Go buy it. Go on. It's out. Hold on. Only buy it, though, if you got a PC or a next-gen console. If you ain't got one of those... If you ain't got one of those, then yeah, you might be in quite the you might be in quite the situation. I don't know if it's just someone help me with this, because I know a lot of you guys still, you know, were not able to get PS5s, or, you know, you just didn't want to, you know, hop into next gen right away. Is it only for like base PS4s, or does it also include PS4 Pros? To where Cyberpunk apparently on PS4 and Xbox One is an absolute joke. It don't even look like a PS4. Hell, it don't even look like a PS3 title. Cyberpunk on last gen consoles look PS2 tier. But this is the game that y'all suckers was hyping up. There's so much juiciness to get into. I don't even know where I want to begin. I could honestly sit down here for 20+ minutes and just troll. Just crack jokes about this game and say, I told you so, I told you so, this is what you suckers get. This is your precious CD Projekt Red. I could do all that right now, but I'm not going to. Before I hop into all of the issues that this game has, let me just say this. I'm actually enjoying this game. I'm actually enjoying this game a hell of a lot more than I thought I would. The story in this game I'm really into. The characters in this game are really good. The missions are like really engaging. Bro, one reason why I love the Skyrim so much, and there's very few open world games that got like really good side missions, to where like sometimes you get so sidetracked by just doing the side missions because the side missions feel like actual main quests. I'm not even too deep into this game. Some of the side missions that I've done, I'm like, bro, these would be main quests in like any other open world game, bro. When this game is actually working, which is a horrible thing to say, but when this game is actually working and it's not crashing on me, bro, I'm actually really liking this game. I'm actually really shocked by how good the gunplay is in this game. You know what's crazy? Before I streamed this game for the first time, you know, people were looking forward to me streaming this game. I guess they wanted me to hop on the slander train of, you know, slandering Cyberpunk, you know, and don't get me wrong. I've had my fair share of crashes. The crazy thing is, every time I'm saying something good about this game, that's when it's crashed on me. Every single time. Like, I'll be in like a moment saying like, wow, bro, this game is really,
Bruh, oh my.
bro, are you serious? And then it would just crash out of nowhere every single time. But it's like people wanted me to hop on the slander train of Cyberpunk, but then when I'm actually enjoying it, it's just, bro,
I don't understand why people take pleasure in hating games.
20 minutes.
What are you doing?
Really will spend $60 and then take pleasure in hating and slandering the game. What's wrong with you niggas?
The person.
some people that call themselves gamers in this freaking toxic ass community that is the gaming community. Bro, people take joy, pleasure into seeing a game that other people hyped up fail. People take joy and pleasure in a game that they were not looking forward to, but a whole lot of other people were looking forward to. They take pleasure in saying, your game sucks, buddy. It's crazy, like, seeing people be mad that I'm actually enjoying the, well, not mad, but seeing people, like, just try to, like, stop me from enjoying a certain game that I like. You've seen this jump with Last of Us 2. You've seen it with Red. You see it with like every game that gets like a lot of attention and has a lot of hype around it. Every single time. Bro, some of these suckers have mental illnesses, bro, and they like they like refuse to admit it. Let me also say this though. CD Projekt Red stands. You suckers have just no dignity whatsoever. You will stoop to any level possible to defend your precious CD Projekt. How do suckers get to the point to where they are literally worshiping billion-dollar companies? People, these suckers don't give a damn about you. You are nothing but a dollar sign to them. And you still have CD Projekt Red stands trying to defend the release of this game, saying, oh, I don't see a lot of games out here, you know, dropping, being this big with this much content. You know, their vision for this game was just too big on consoles. I don't see other devs taking the risks the CD Projekt Red taking. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's use that example that the game is too big and too vast, and CD Projekt Red's vision for this game just, you know, can't deal with, you know, the current tech and these consoles. Well, I'm sorry. You had a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 drop a few years ago on PS4. That's an open world game that had a lot of stuff going on. You had a game like Grand Theft Auto 5 drop on PlayStation 3. Then get remastered on PS4. Does that not have a lot? Is that not a big, vast, open world game? Games like God of War, which are demanding and, you know, take up a lot of power. Do you remember how many times last gen to where when you would put in certain games in your PS4, you would hear your PS4 be like, it would like crank up because it would have to work harder to, you know, play that certain game. How many times did you hear that with certain games, bro? I don't want to hear that excuse. I don't want to hear it because you have games out here that have been big and that have been huge open world games. Yes, Cyberpunk might be bigger, but again, you had games like Red Dead Redemption 2, freaking GTA 5. You have demanding, you know, just as far as, you know, games that look amazing like Horizon. That's a open world game. You have had games that have looked amazing, way better than this game right here, and that have been open world that have not even come close to the joke that is Cyberpunk 2077. And the fact that you CD Projekt Red stands are still sitting here with a straight face when suckers spent they $60 hyping a game for years, and you suckers is trying to sit here and just be like, that is truly saddening. That is pathetic. These suckers are making millions of dollars off of you, and you were just a everyday Joe. And you suckers still want to defend this Joe? Pathetic. Getting to all the issues, though. They put out an apology letter this junk has gotten so bad on last-gen consoles. And I quote, "Dear gamers, first of all, we..." Pause right there. Anytime you have to start off a message or a tweet with "first of all," you know it's bad, okay? First of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered. Stop right there. Do suckers out here really think that CD Projekt Red is the only devs that have done this? Do suckers not realize for years that a lot of times when a game is first revealed, or when they first decide to show that first gameplay footage, or a little gameplay trailer, whatever, that a lot of the times these games be running on high-end PCs? That's why they look so amazing when it's first revealed. And then later on down the road, a few months down the road, when you see it again, and then people start saying, "This don't look like the first trailer I seen. Y'all, they downgraded this junk." No, they didn't. This is just the first time they decided to show you footage on console. Do suckers really out here think that CD Projekt Red is the only people that have done this? No! Before it premiered, and in consequence not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't have, CD Projekt Red. You know why? Because this game has no business being on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And it is clear as day. Have you seen the screenshots of this game on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? You can't tell me with a straight face, after seeing how this might be the worst looking game of all time on PlayStation 4. It's that bad. You cannot tell me with a straight face, looking at this game, seeing how this game performs on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, that this game has any business being on last-gen consoles. You see, CD Projekt Red was in a lose-lose situation when it comes to this. Because let's say they delay the game again, which I thought they should have done. They should have just bit the bullet. Is this bad? They should have just bit the bullet and delayed this game again. If they did that, though, what would people be doing? "Oh, I can't believe they delayed the game again. Man, we ain't never getting this game. You mean I have to wait till next year?" You have a whole bunch of people complaining and crying on Twitter, and going on YouTube and making another "Cyberpunk has been delayed" video. So they choose not to delay the game for what, the 4th or 5th time, and say, no, you know what, we're just going to put the game out and say nothing. So that's what they decided to do. Let's just put the game out and say nothing. What are people doing right now? Complaining and crying on Twitter, going on YouTube and talking about how broken and freaking scuffed this game is right now. Let's say, though, that they don't decide to do any of those two options. Instead, they say, "You know what? We are saddened to make this announcement, but if you want to play Cyberpunk 2077, you will need a PC or next-gen console to do so." Could you imagine the outrage? Could you imagine if all these people millions of people that were always under the impression that Cyberpunk would always be a PlayStation 4 title or X. Because again, this game got revealed like what 7-8 years ago. Could you imagine a whole bunch of suckers that were always under the impression that this would be a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One title, all of a sudden being told, sorry, buddy, if you wanted to play this game, you need a PC or a next-gen console to do so. All those three options that I just said, you have people complaining and crying on Twitter and making YouTube videos. so this was a situation that they simply could not have won. Whatever decision they decided to make, suckers were going to be complaining and crying. So they chose to go with the second option. Release the game and say nothing. Now you have people, saying that, and it kind of looks that way, that because how do you not know a game is this messed up before it drops? They had to know that the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions were that bad. They had to know. There's no way they would not know. So it looks like that they put this game out, knowing the state that it, and the crazy thing is, all those crunch hours, the crunch, the delays, could you imagine if they did none of that stuff? Can you imagine if Cyberpunk 2077 came out on the original release date that it had? Could you imagine if they were not crunching their employees? Look at this game with all that. Look at this game with all that stuff. Could you imagine if they did none of that? Jesus freaking Christ, bro. Jesus. It would have been horrible, okay? So they choose to go with, option 2, and it looks like that they put this game out knowing the state that it was going to be in, because they wanted to make as much money as possible. The install base of PS4 gamers is still way, more large than people that own PS5s. The install base of people who own Xbox Ones are way larger than the people who own Xbox Series X. Almost freaking forgot the name of the junk. People still own more last gen consoles than next gen consoles. And that's another thing. Some people are not so quick to hop into next gen, because they want to wait a year or two until the games really start coming. Some people want to get a next-gen console, but they can't find a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X to save their life. You know how hard it is right now to just walk inside of a store and see a PlayStation 5 just there, like, waiting to be bought? It's damn near impossible. So, if they was to say, hey, you need a PS5 or Xbox Series X next-gen console to play this, or PC, all of a sudden out the blue, I think that would have been the worst thing that they could have possibly done in terms of the outrage that people would have. And maybe they even thought about doing that, because again, there is no way you see all these screenshots and footage of PS4 and Xbox One. There's no way they did not know the game was that bad on last gen consoles. Let's proceed. Second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holiday season, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch number 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game on last-gen look like it's running on a high-end PC or next-gen console for that matter, but it will be closer to that experience than it is now. Does anybody see the issue that I, just read? Does anyone see the problem that I have with what they just said there? Let me read it one more time. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. They're talking about, you know, fixing the last gen version. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch number 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last gen console. You know what I heard? Over the span of 2 months, our main focus is fixing this game on last gen, when this game has issues across the board. Now, they did say towards the end of this freaking thing, they said we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance. Just give us a chance. But if you are not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. You know it's bad when a freaking game dev has to come out and be like, hey, you want your refund back? You you know it's bad, bro. Okay? They said though towards the end, PS, PC gamers will also be getting regular updates and fixes improving the game. Okay, so still in all though, I am sure the next 2 months their main focus is getting this game to run at its absolute best on PS4 and Xbox One. This is why some people do not like when next gen consoles come out and they are still catering to last gen players. Not saying, listen, I don't want to make it seem like I'm just saying, man, forget about the PS4 and Xbox One suckers, because I'm really not trying to sound like that. But this is why a lot of people had issues with Miles Morales being a PS5 game and also a PS4 game. This is why people don't like the fact that the next Horizon is going to also be on PlayStation 4. Because instead of when you could be using all that attention, all that work, all that effort, all that creativity into making the absolute best version on new hardware, you're still worried about these suckers on last gen, you know, still trying to cater to them suckers. So again, I actually like playing this game. But if I know in the back of my mind that there's supposed to be an actual next-gen version of Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm like just playing for right now, you know, just you know, it's kind of like a beta test of Cyberpunk. Like we're beta testing this game, knowing that there in the future will be a better version of this game. Now, because your focus is getting this game to run at its absolute best on PS4 and Xbox One, has the next gen version of this game taken a back seat? Has the PC, you know, version, you know, taken a back seat? I know you guys still said that you know, you're gonna update the game, but has that taken a back seat to what's most important now, and that is fixing it on last gen consoles? That's the problem that I got. Okay, so it's just a whole mess, bro. It is just a mess no matter which way you slice it. Any route you want to take, there's an issue with that route. So, I mean, it's their fault. This is CD Projekt Red's fault. They have no one else to blame but themselves. You know, it sucks that, especially with a game that you can clearly see, because again, it's if you want to play this game on console, you need a PS5 or you need an Xbox Series X. I've had issues playing this game. It has crashed on me like what, 4 or 5 different times You see glitches and you see bugs. It's not like crazy though on PS5. It's nothing crazy to where like it's just happening like every 5 minutes. No, it's nothing like that. It happens, but you know, it's random. You know, so it just sucks though, because I really enjoy this game, and you clearly see the potential that this game has. I am stunningly shocked by how good the gunplay is in this game. The only thing I'm not really too big of a fan of is like the actual combat, like when you're like trying to do melees on people, and like you're using fists or pipes, whatever. The melee combat can be improved, but everything else gameplay wise, bro, even the driving don't even feel that bad in this game. Like, it's sad when when you see a game have so much potential and is actually good when it is working the way it was intended, be just stifled with all these issues and bugs and glitches. That's why you see this game getting scores like freaking 3 and 4s, because it's that it has that many issues. It is that many glitches and bugs, freezes, crashes, looks disgusting on last gen. That's what really sucks about this game, because it's actually good. Is it that bad on Xbox One X as well? Is this just like launch PS4 consoles and Xbox Ones, or is it also like PS4 Pros and Xbox One X's and stuff like that? If it's like that even on those, jeez. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about this game down in the comment section below. Suckers that was hyping this game for years, hey, I hate to say it, but y'all gotta hold of that L, bro. You gotta take that L, embrace that L, feel that L, become the L. Okay, how do you guys feel about this game? You know, are you crushed, waiting for this game for years and it turning out to be like this? Let me know all that down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch y'all in my next one, all right?